As a Star Wars fan, it's hard to ignore all the hate that the prequel trilogy gets from all over the community. And although it has definitely calmed down in recent years, probably due mostly to all the hate shifting to the sequel trilogy, I wanted to continue my What Went Right series by taking a look at one of my favorite sequences in the prequels, the pod races from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I'm Zach from the Five Nights Tavern, and today we'll be taking a look at what went right with the pod races. Let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is the prelude to the race itself. I always love seeing all of these badass and unique pods lining up for the race with their just as impressive drivers all waving and cheering to the crowd. It gives Star Wars some added depth in my opinion, as my mind starts to wander and imagines the worlds that all of these species inhabit. Honestly, I just love the energy of this sequence in general. The excitement from the crowd, the growing tension between Anakin and Sebulba, it's all just fun. And that to me is what Star Wars is all about. Having fun. The race itself is just fantastic to watch, even all of these years later. Truth be told, I've probably watched Episode 1 at least 100 times by now, and I still enjoy the pod race just as much, if not more, than I did when I was a kid. The first lap starts with a bang as all these incredible machines take off at ludicrous speeds into the perilous desert canyons of the Boonta Eve Classic. The excitement from earlier continues to build as the racers dodge and weave through each other, vying for first place at any cost. Sebulba himself is shown to be the worst of them all, as he has no problem at all cheating and killing the other racers. Anything to stay on top, it seems. The tension remains as well as Anakin stalls out before even starting the race. He struggles to get his pod going, and by the time he finally sets off, the leaders are likely more than half a lap ahead of him by now, and since everything hinges on him winning this race, there's really no time to lose as he pushes his pod to its absolute limit, speeding to catch up. As the second lap begins, I'd like to take a second and talk about the track itself. This course contains an excellent blend of terrain and obstacles, from rocky surfaces, steep drops, narrow canyons, and dangerous turns occupied by the Tusken Raiders, and these wide-open flatlines when anything is possible. Fun fact, that narrow canyon section is actually a part of the famous Beggar's Canyon that Luke would eventually go on to bullseye Womp Rats in his T-16 at. Back to the race itself, all eyes are on Anakin as he skillfully weaves his way through the other racers, quickly catching up to his rival Sebulba, who has held the lead since the start of the race. Anakin's skill as a pilot is on full display here, and it's even more impressive when you consider that he's only like 9 or 10 years old at this point. His selfless determination to win this race and help his new friends drives him forward, and nothing is going to stop him. As we enter the third and final lap, the excitement and tension is reaching insane levels as we are now solely focusing on Anakin and Sebulba, as each is struggling to overtake the other. Sebulba continues to be scum as he tries every trick in the book to kill Anakin, from crashing his larger pod into him, to pushing him onto a service ramp that sends Anakin flying off into the sky. But despite his best efforts, Anakin continues to impress by shrugging off every blow Sebulba deals to him. For a fleeting moment though, it looks as if Sebulba finally has him, as Anakin's pod suddenly catches fire from a part flying off that Sebulba had sabotaged prior to the start of the race. Anakin falls behind as his engines chug and sputter, but just as all seems lost, they suddenly surge back to life and Anakin races forward to catch back up. It all comes to a head in the final stretch as they charge towards the finish line neck and neck. Sebulba's cheating finally comes back to haunt him as their pods get stuck together while he was trying to ram Anakin. Sebulba struggles to break free, and at the last possible moment, Anakin surges forward, breaking out of the bind and sending Sebulba crashing as his pod is obliterated. The excitement and joy coming from the crowd and the main characters as Anakin wins the race and saves the day always brings a happy feeling to my heart. Things like the pod race sequence are a big reason why I love Star Wars so much. It's the perfect blend of seriousness, campiness, and fun. The effects still hold up marvelously today even though the film is almost 23 years old, and I'm sure that I'll be enjoying The Phantom Menace for many more years to come. But what did you all think of the pod race sequence? What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. It has been an absolute blast so far getting to interact with so many great new people as my channel starts to grow, and I can't thank all of you enough for it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and as always, cheers.